Hi everybody, welcome to Laura's Social Corner, where always have meaningful conversations, and today is an honor for me to have Alisa Pope. Thank you for being here. She's a director of the Susan G. Komen, and you're a director for Oklahoma City and part of Arkansas.
Yes.
So welcome to Laura's Social Corner.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You've been with the mission and the purpose to trying to save life and have awareness to people to battle breast cancer.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Tell us about the company that you work. It is a company, it's a nonprofit. So
Yeah, so I work for Susan G. Komen, and it's, of course, one of the largest breast cancer organizations in the U.S. And so I started working with Susan G. Komen over 15 years ago. It was... I had an aunt who was a breast cancer survivor, and I had moved to Oklahoma City and was looking for something to do, and so I would do breast cancer awareness events at my house in honor of my aunt, and I would raise money and take it down to the Komen office, and one day they were asked me if I wanted to come be a part of the organization, and so so I have been with Komen for 15 years. It's been an honor because Susan G. Komen, it was a grassroots organization, and it started with a promise from two sisters. Susan G. Komen, who is our namesake, her sister, Nancy Brinker, made a promise to her sister that women would not have to deal with having to leave their families in order to get health care that they needed in order to survive breast cancer.
And so it's a process.
Yeah.
Since the moment the person get diagnostic to everything, tell your family, your kids.
Yeah, it's full circle. It's a full circle family moment, because a woman who gets diagnosed with breast cancer, you have to tell your loved ones what's happening and trying to explain to them what's happening with your body. And so Komen has really made it something that you can talk about no matter who you are, where you live, no matter what your social economic is, because breast cancer does impact everyone differently, but it is something that can be dealt with a family and support, and it's not, through the years, it's definitely not what it used to be. When you say you had breast cancer, you immediately thought you weren't going to survive or something was going to happen. But there's so much education and research and clinical trials that are available because of the work that we've done at Komen.
Right, organizations like yours is the one that bring awareness to people, and this is one of the big one in the nation. Yeah, it's nationwide.
Yep, and so I contribute my aunt's, her early diagnosis, the first time she was diagnosed, I contributed to, we used to give shower cards that show women how to do their breast exams, self-exams, and if they found a lump, to go talk to your physician to find out what's happening, if there's something there. And that shower card for my aunt, it saved her life, because she was definitely one of those women who, if you tell me to do it, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to pay attention.
Oh, wow. So, and then she was doing the exam herself, and then she found it.
In her shower, and she found it, and she called a doctor.
That's amazing. How old she was?
So the first time my aunt was diagnosed, she was in her 50s. She did have a recurrence later in life, and unfortunately, she passed away from breast cancer when it reoccurred. But yeah,
because and I'm sorry to hear that. And that was part of your mission, because your aunt, she was very close to you.
Yeah, but she was my passion, and it's all about education and really knowing your body. And that's one of the things that we talk about is know your body, know what's normal for you, talk to your family, know your family history. So there's things that we talk about at Komen for people to know what's happening with their body. And then for my aunt, she has friends, she has other family members that need to be aware. And so I just wanted to bring awareness to breast cancer, and also kind of talk about those things that every woman should really know, and to be an advocate for yourself.
What is the detection, when you shower and since you have a knot, that's one of the first things. The second,
a knot changes, there's looking to see if there's changes in your breasts. I mean, you know your breasts. We know our breasts better than anyone.
And you know what is
and so
very
changes.
Yes.
You know, if there's dimpling in the nipple, if there's scaling, itchy, redness. So just being able to see any type of changes. And then yes, of course, the lump is kind of one of those things where you can kind of like, okay, something's not right. And you hear so many women say, I felt a lump in my breast. And I asked my spouse to see if they can, you know, if they notice, and then call a doctor. So you hear that quite often about women finding the lump.
Do you notice any changes since you started working 15 years ago in the organization to now? Is more awareness? Is less?
Yeah, it's a lot. There's more awareness. There's more commonality. More women talk about it. More families talk about it. You see more men getting involved. We have
because the men can get also breast cancer.
Men can get breast cancer as well. They have a rare chance of getting it, but it's talked about so much more. And I don't know why. I mean, we do see younger women being diagnosed. We don't know why. I don't know if it's the awareness, if it's paying attention, more research of what's out there. But yeah, it's definitely been a change, but it's also been a change in the survival rate. I mean, now the survival rate has went down 44%. I mean, the mortality rate has went down 44%. So we see definitely a lot more positive coming out of all of the awareness and clinical trials and research that's being done with breast cancer and through Susan G. Komen.
So one of the big fundraising is the Pink Walk.
The More Than Pink Walk, yes. Yeah. So we used to, well, some of our locations do the Race for the Cure. Here in Oklahoma City, we did the Race for the Cure, and then we moved over to the More Than Pink Walk. We moved over to the More Than Pink Walk because we wanted to have it be more community focused. Sometimes with the race, people would not participate because there was a fee associated with it. But with the walk, it's free. It's a chance for
people,
more people to come, more teams to come, but more family oriented atmosphere, and not the dread of a race or run or making sure I kept my time. So it's more family friendly. I do like the walk a lot more because I see a lot more teams that are people come out and they do their own shirts and
this year was big. So this year, when are you planning?
So the walk this year is actually October 31st. Halloween, and it is going to be at Scissortail Park.
Okay.
It's also the same day as our namesake, her birthday. So it's also Susan G. Komen's birthday.
Okay, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
So it's going to be in the Scissortail Park.
Scissortail Park. Yeah.
So, and how many people are you expecting?
We expect. I always tell people we expect about 6,000 to 7,000, but we always get more because it's families and some people register. I encourage everyone to register because it is free, but you get people, at the last minute.
What that really means, the walk, because I know that people walk. How many miles the walk and?
So you can do 1 mile or you can do the 2 mile. So you can walk Scissortail Park once, or you can walk it twice. But yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah,
and then the people can donate money at that event.
Yep. So we it is our biggest fundraiser. So we do encourage people to fundraise and to donate. Our mission is not possible without funds.
That's right.
No money, no mission. It's something that we say.
That is exactly right.
But yeah, and the money that we raise, it goes to our research, it goes to our advocacy work, it goes to funding the community, and just making sure people have access to care.
And that money is for that helping just the patient, and they help the families as well.
Yep. And so
because some houses they have the mom, and there's a single mom, and if the single mom is sick, so how
Yep.
they can provide for
so
kids.
they can go and they can go to Komen.org and look at our patient assistance, our patient care center, and go in and apply for a grant. And as long as they are currently in treatment, we're able to provide them with the funds that they need to take care of.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Take care of a bill.
information.
Make sure you have the medicine that you need. It's there to help eliminate some of the barriers to care, because we all know that if people have to choose between going to work or paying a bill versus getting their medicine, well, they're probably going to pay that bill and not get the medicine. And those are barriers to care, and there's no reason for people to have to make those decisions and make those choices when
It's
it's there.
Right, the help is there, so it's just need to be aware the help is there, and it's people they can help in the and when they are in that situation, right?
Yep.
So, are you ever experienced something like what was the impact to you? I know your auntie, but somebody else that was the case that you say, oh my God, this is really impact you.
So because of the work that we do, so many times we get the call from a husband who says, my wife has been diagnosed with breast cancer. What do I do? And being able to help him navigate and talk to him and for him to understand what's happening to his spouse is meaningful. And then to be able to see them at the walk together and for him to say thank you is why I do what I do. There's a young lady that I met last year at baseball game. She recently diagnosed metastatic breast cancer. She was scared. She didn't know what was going to happen. 3 weeks ago, she rang the bell. So
Oh wow.
she went through treatment, radiation. She rang the bell, and she's good. And it's because of the work that we do at Komen that she even had the chance to ring that bell.
Because you don't only provide money, you provide assistance with psychological assistance too.
So our helpline, they provide the patient navigators. If whatever help you need, our patient navigators kind of help navigate and make sure you have the resources that you need. So if it is where you need to talk to someone about your mental state, they can help find those resources for you. So there's a lot of things that we do other than give you financial assistance, because it's not just about the money.
Yeah, that's right. It's not about the money. It's so very curious because I knew actually somebody that had breast cancer and she never say anything to anybody. She didn't even go to treatment. She died because she don't want to scare anybody. But I think now with the programs that you have, Susan G. Komen have, they're available to talk to somebody to see what it can do, how can do my family. So that's really awareness and
it's so important for
Yes.
other survivors to hear stories of other women who have went through the same thing, and other men who went through the same thing, and they're living their lives.
they're living their life.
It's just amazing to me just how much work has been done and how many more lives have been saved because of the work that we've done. And I say the work that Komen has done because our research, we've invested over $1 billion in research, and right now there's 31 breast cancer drugs on the market that have been FDA approved, and Komen has invested in 30 of those
researchers and put it in the market for the woman.
Yep. So somebody who's getting treated for breast cancer, one of those drugs was made possible because of Komen and because of the funds that our community raised. I mean, not the money that we as Komen raised, but our community. So
that's right. And they can how they can make the difference now that are watching us. How the people can make the difference to make Susan G. Komen keep helping people.
I encourage people to go to our website, Komen.org, and take the time to really read and see the work that we are doing and understand that this work is about our community, because we know our community better than anyone. And when I say our community, I mean the people in Oklahoma, the people in Edmond, the people in, I mean, like, you know your community and you know what we need and what they need. And so Komen is really community focused, and it's not just about, a big city. It's about that small city. It's about that rural area, because those are the people that need the help and the assistance. We also have a program that it's called Share for Cures, and that program is where women or men who have been diagnosed with breast cancer can share their journey, so that it can help our researchers find more cures. So you could be a part of that cure. So yeah.
So if you have been diagnostic, you can be part of the research and help. Where it makes sense. That is, we came all together. We can do more things together for the community.
We say breast cancer takes all of us, and it honestly takes all of us to end
because
it.
it's your friend, your neighbor, somebody and it's incredible now because it's somebody that you will know. It will be diagnostic with.
Yeah, one in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. And we say being a woman and getting older is your 2 biggest risk factors. So there's nothing you can do. But know your risk, know what, know your family history, and be aware. And don't be afraid to talk to your doctor if you see that something is changing in your body. So you have to be your own self-advocate.
I think that is the first step that women are scared about, because I checked myself and I was maybe 40 and I found a little knot, but I went to the doctor right away. It was nothing, thank God, but I was 40 and they said no, it was not 40, that's 38, because the mammogram was a 40 so the insurance wouldn't cover. But I said, you know what, that's fine, I can pay for my, but I need to find out what it was. And thank God it was nothing, but early detection is better.
It's better, yeah.
So and now you say it's affecting to young women more than before.
We've seen a lot more younger women being diagnosed with breast cancer.
Do you think they should have checked the mammograms to be 40 to maybe 35?
Well, it's one of those things where, there's always recommendations.
Right.
There's always recommendations, but we always say, you just kind of have to go back and just being your own advocate and just really knowing, especially if you have family history. If you see changes, it's one of those things where you just have to talk to your doctor and advocate for yourself. And so, like we said, we don't want to say 40 is the number, 35 is the number, because it can be, anything can happen in between that time frame. So just knowing your body.
That's a good point. Because they say 40, but doesn't mean you have to go by the rule.
Right.
So it's not like
in Komen, actually on our website we have a risk assessment tool that you can go through and kind of see what your risk is, and then take that to your doctor and be like, hey.
So they can go online and they can see how high risk that person is, and that's free. So all the programs, the information you have in the website is free. So this information here is very important, because it's always somebody, like I say, it's the neighbor. It will be somebody they can say, hey, you can go to Susan G. Komen and they can help you, right? Because
and I think people are afraid to go to Susan G. Komen because they perceive it to be such a huge organization. But we're really small. We do a lot, but we're really small because it's the little small thing that you can get to without the hassle. It's going and seeing, oh, I'm African American. What are the risks for African Americans? Oh, I'm Native American. What are the risks for Native Americans? Like, all that information is right there and available for you to read and research and ask questions. And, you can contact Komen and ask whatever questions you need to know. And
it's not a dumb question.
It's not a dumb question.
So especially when it's have to do with our health. Right, and thank you so much, because people like you're very dedicated, and passionate for what you do. So they normally used to have a big gala. So this year you're going to have a gala?
So we are going to have what we call the casino party. It's for our Pink Tie guys, and so we kind of talked about the guys being involved, but we choose 8 men in the community. So we have a program called Pink Tie Guys, and we choose 8 men in the community that represent the 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. But these are men who have an affinity to Komen. Either their spouse was a survivor, or their mom, or they just believe in Komen's mission. And then they fundraise for us, and then we celebrate them, their fundraising efforts. And so we just going to do a big party for them, casino party. Name the biggest pink tie guy based on the amount of money that they raise. And so that campaign actually started April the 1st, and it runs through May 29th. So that event is May 30th.
May 30th. And then October 30th is the other one. You know, for everybody watching right now, say just to get involved, they need to go online and donate.
Go to Komen.org, and if you're on Facebook, go to our Komen Facebook page. It's our Komen Oklahoma City More Than Pink Walk page. We have Instagram. Komen has, we're on YouTube. We have podcasts. So many different things out there for you to see and understand the work that we do at Komen. And again, just to see who else has been impacted by this disease and how you can help. So it's not a one-size-fit-all, and no need to be afraid or ashamed of what you may see when you go to our Komen.org site.
And it's good to know the people that have that being diagnostic is a hope outside, and this is Alisa G. Komen. They can help us tremendously to everybody, because it's for the community, it's for us, it's for everybody. They can have access, and also they can donate us some money. It can be $5, $10. Don't have to be thousands.
It doesn't have to be thousands.
A little always is going to help, right?
Every little bit helps. I always tell people, one thing is, you know, if you want to fundraise for Komen, think about 10 of your friends and ask them for $10, you've raised $100, and that $100 could be what saves someone just because they needed medicine.
That's right.
It could be being able to give someone a gas card so that they can get to their treatment. So there's so much that you can do. So sometimes you think, oh,
well,
I don't have $1,000 or $10,000 to give. You don't have to. Give that $5. You know, it'll go. You never know what it will help.
What you can do. Yeah. Alisa, thank you so much for being here and sharing what you do, the awareness you bring, the saving life in our community and our country in Oklahoma specific. So we are so blessed to have people like you. They put their heart to work and get it done.
Yes.
So it's the most important thing, because everybody want to help, but it's not done.
Right.
So
it's not done.
G. Komen, make it happen. And please go online and support them. And thank you so much again.
Yes,
it was
thank you.
Really, really nice to have you here. So appreciate it, guys, and see you next time in Laura's Social Corner.